bite here. Tasty and delicious. I'll show you how to make cabbage rolls. I just made these and they are so delicious. So, let's get to it. This cabbage, just take a couple of the front leaves off. See what I'm doing? You dig it in there and make sure you get something nice and pointy sharp, because that works the best for it. And go all around the core. And we're going to put this into some water. There. So now I'm going to turn this on high. We're going to stick this right in here. And then I'm going to put the lid on this once it boils, and then we'll turn it right down so it doesn't boil over. And I'm not going to put any salt in it or nothing like that, because we're going to add a lot of salt later in our tomato sauce. Homemade tomato soup. But if not, you can use like 2-3 cans of tomato soup. You know, the regular Campbell's tomato soup. I'm going to make homemade tomato soup for our cabbage rolls. And I'm going to roast some veggies. Just cut up an onion. We're going to bake these all, so it doesn't matter how you cut it. Just cut it. Good enough. Just put them in your roasting pan. I guess I'm going to have 2 carrots in there. Make sure you get a nice sharp knife. One flew away. 2 tomatoes in here. Add them in here. Better flavor, right? When everything's fresh. I want some of this baby stuff, so we'll have 3, because I want some of the leaves in there too. There. So all these little pieces of the leaves are good. 1 garlic in there. And there you have it. We'll leave it whole. I'm going to go 1/4 cup of oil. Half a teaspoon of pepper. So let's say about a half teaspoon of salt too. A little pinch of salt. Then we're going to mix these together. And then we're going to roast these. And then we're going to put them through a food processor. And this is going to go into our soup. And then it's going to go into the cabbage roll. That's going into a 375 oven till everything is nice and tender. I just roasted these veggies, and now we're going to put them in the food processor. I just put all the vegetables in the food processor. 1 cup of chicken broth. Just this will make it mix it easier. Any chicken broth you have, really fine like that. See, on both cameras, I got the YouTube and TikTok camera here. There's a little bit of chunks in there. I already have some leaves coming off. You can just turn it every so often, and the rice itself is done. Over here, we are going to make our tomato soup for the cabbage rolls. Okay, we're going to put the heat on medium. Look at all those vegetables. And tasty. So we have our roasted vegetables right in here, right now. Let's just add a little chicken broth. I've got chicken broth here. Or another jar. Oh. So now we have 2 jars of these. There. And these are just your strained, crushed tomatoes. Now we're going to put that on medium heat. Go in. Now taste it for salt. And I'm just going to add a little more chicken broth. I want a soup, right? But I want a thick soup. So 2 bay leaves. I'll say 1/4 cup cream in here. We're going to add some salt and pepper. I'm going to taste to see how much salt and pepper first. And this is it. Salt and pepper. We have nothing else to put in here. This is our tomato soup. Whole tomatoes in the bottom of the pan. And then what I'm going to do is squish it. Oh no. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper, some rice that we made earlier. We're not going to need all of it. Okay, let's just, because then it goes hard as a rock if you over mix this too much. And then what I'm going to do is add a little bit of tomato soup in here. That's what my mom always did. I'm going to add a little bit of half of the tomato soup on the bottom here. Make sure you take out the bay leaves out of it. Where's my spoon? This, I'm just going to add a little bit of, about a half a teaspoon of salt. More pepper. Good. Stir this up. See this part here, the thick part of it. My mom used to always just take it and then cut it, thin it out a bit. Some people just cut it out, whichever way you like. I just thin it out a bit so it's nice and thin with the rest. And then make sure and put a nice big scoop of hamburger in here. You're seeing this? And then you fold it, fold it, fold it. Then we're going to just start adding. I'm putting that right on top. Now these are good with potatoes. With the juice, look at all the juice already. There's lots in there already. But guess what I'm doing? I'm putting the rest. I like mine really juicy cabbage rolls. I like tons of sauce because then you pour the sauce over potatoes or rice. Yeah. Always flavor. That's why you just flavor the top with salt again and a little bit of pepper. And if you don't like pepper, you don't put pepper in it. There, that's it. Just a little salt, little pepper. You don't need to cover it with anything. I think we're good with this because oh, look how good that is. Look at all this sauce. Not just suck up everything. It's going to be delicious. We'll have a lot of sauce for later. It's going to be even so flavorful because of your hamburger. Once it cooks, it's going to be so good. No, don't cover it. You don't need it.